Good afternoon, Kirk Euler back with you. I'm here on the grounds of Franklin Elementary School in beautiful Loomis, California. This is where I grew up. This school, I was here from kindergarten through 7th grade. In fact, the building right behind me, that was first grade year. That was where I had my first crush. Kirsten Evans was her name, and when recess would come and Kirsten would go out to recess with the rest of the kids, I'd sneak candy into her desk. And I don't know if to this day she even knows where that all came from, but Kirsten, it was me. Kirsten went on to marry Mike Orrick, a guy that I went through youth group with in church youth group. The blacktop right there, that's where Vince Hoffer claims I pushed him down in the 2nd grade. Now, I'm not going to call Vince a liar. I wouldn't do that, but it would surprise me if I actually did push Vince down, because you see, back then Vince was bigger than me, so I don't know what would have possessed me to push Vince down. But if I did, Vince, I'm sorry. Vince and I have been friends ever since, and he's my chiropractor, in fact, to this day. The field behind me there, that was the scene of the violent collision at first base between Mike Mussolino and Jeff Gallagher. Mike was trying to beat out a single and Jeff was covering the base, and they collided and sent Mike to the hospital in an ambulance with a pretty wicked concussion. Girls were crying. It was quite the scene. This building right back here coming into view, that was 4th grade. 4th grade, that was when I met Ryan Ronco and Adam Brown. I was assigned to show them around as the new students. I had to show them where the bathrooms were and all that good stuff. And well, we became fast friends, and 3 of us are best friends to this day. That field back there behind me, 7th grade, practicing for flag football. James Takahashi was playing quarterback. I was playing defensive end. He's scrambling away from me. I'm coming around the end, and just as I go, James was a little shorter than me, just as I go to pull his flag, he stands up. Bridge of my nose meets the back of his head, and I'm out. Done. All I remember is waking up, turning over, and spitting up a mouthful of blood on Ryan Ronco's shoe. That was the end of those shoes and the end of the game for me, that's for sure. I'm telling you these stories to reinforce the idea that school is more than just reading, writing, and arithmetic. Being in school is about finding your way in life, learning how to interact with other kids, learning how to get knocked down and get back up, finding your first crush. That's the importance of this. And yet, because of our governor and his arbitrary metrics, we're denying hundreds, thousands across the state, millions of kids this very opportunity to find their way in a real education, interacting with each other based on completely arbitrary metrics that he doesn't even understand and can't define himself. So for the first time in the 53-year history of Franklin Elementary School, this school's going to open, and there won't be any kids here. And that breaks my heart. I've got a question for you men, fathers in particular. Is this what you want? Is this what you want for your family? Because it's your job to look out for your family. It's not the government's job. The government looks out for the government. You look out for you. You look out for your family. That's your job. And if this isn't what you want, then you've got to find your voice. You've got to let every elected official know, from school board, county board of supervisors, city council, state legislature, the governor. You've got to let them know, you know what? I'll take care of my family. Let's open these schools up. And for those of you in the more vulnerable population, the elderly among us, is this the legacy you want? Denying our kids the opportunity to be kids? This is the first time we've ever asked the youngest among us to sacrifice for everybody else. No generation's ever done that to their kids. So if that's not what you want, you've got to find your voice too. Because the only way this is going to change is if we make it change.